So this is night number 1 of my 5 nights in a row featuring the Christmastime Is Here suite. I'm going to have a lot of fun with this suite. Night number 1 through 4, I'm going to have a card and a 3D project. And night number 5 is going to be my wow night. So you need to be around for night number 5 for sure. So this suite is actually going to be available on November 1st. It's awesome. I'm going to show you all the individual products, but you can buy the whole suite with just one item number. And on the back of this brochure, I have all of the individual, and I'm going to show you that right now. I have used this a couple times on my videos so far. So we have 2 stamp cases with this set. And what's really great is the first one is red rubber. It's just one single image, this pretty one right here. And the second case actually has the photopolymer images. You can see that I've used them quite a bit already. And then we have the coordinating roses dies. Now what's great about this die, it also cuts the image on one of the designer paper sheets. So you can use it with the stamp or with the designer paper sheets. Next up is the gold shimmer ribbon. It's probably going to be hard for me to show you the shimmer on the camera, but it's really pretty and it does really shimmer. We've got the gold glitter enamel dots, and I've almost used a whole package of these already. These are so pretty and they do shimmer. And lastly, we even have a bracelet that goes with this set. I'm going to try to show you the 2 charms. So one is a rose charm and the other one is the Stampin' Up logo. Isn't that cute? So you can get all of the products I just showed you. And then for those of you that joined my Merry Christmas card club, tomorrow's the last day to join in. I am sending you 8 card kits using this stamp set. And then you have the add-on option that I give you at 15% off. I wanted to show you a close-up of the designer paper. I did some little sheets here. Now each side, so there's 3 of each design, 3 sheets for 12. No, 4 sheets for 12. And each on one side you have the gold embossing, the gold foil embossing. It's really pretty paper. The colors that coordinate are Cherry Cobbler, Early Espresso, Mossy Meadow, Poppy Parade, and Whisper White. So let's get started on tonight's 2 projects. So I am creating a card and a coordinating little mini bag for you tonight. This is the pretty card. This is actually the designer paper. I'm going to split it up between all 5 nights. Some of it's going to be stamping and some of it's going to be using the designer paper. And then I've got this cute little mini bag that goes with it. I'm going to show you how to make that too. Inks I'm using is Early Espresso. I'm going to start out with the card. These are all my pieces. So Early Espresso, 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5.5. And I'm just going to fold that on the score line. Designer paper. This is the green sheet with all the roses, and these are all gold foil roses on the other side, but I'm using the green side tonight. This measures 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. And then once we get the card all assembled, I'll show you how to make the cute little gift bag. Now the next step, just so you didn't have to watch me, I'm using the flower image that does not have a die to cut it out because I want to show you how simple, and I've cut half of it. I've had some of you guys contact me already to ask if you absolutely need the dies. You can cut these out by hand. The only thing is, look at these fancy dies that you have here, and then the frame pieces. I mean, you can go without if you want to, but the dies are so pretty. So what I did here is I just left a little bit of white around all of the outside edges. So you can see why I cut half of it ahead of time. There is quite a bit there to cut. And for those girls that were in my class last week in my home, I had a lot of girls cringing because I made them fussy cut. But really, this is not bad at all. So I'm just leaving a little bit of white around all of the lines. And you'll see what a pretty card this makes. And I'm going to glue that in place with Stamping Dimensionals to pop it. So this was just half since I already cut the other half. Oh, actually, I'm not gluing that with dimensionals. It's the two banners that I'm gluing with dimensionals. So now I'm going to go ahead and glue this. And I positioned my flower so that I was able to add some of the glimmer enamel dots around it. Now I did go ahead and cut the little grid with the early espresso. I'm going to bring in my little sponge that I use quite frequently along with my liquid glue. I'm just going to add a dab of glue. And you can see how sticky this is getting, but it still works. So I grab my glue and I just press it in place on the back side. And now I'm going to just place this at the bottom. I've got two banners here that I cut 3/4 inches wide with the designer paper and the Whisper White. I cut them at 4 1/4 inches long on this one. So let me glue that in place with dimensionals. And then I'm going to layer the white one over that. So the card is pretty quick. I just love this little die cut grid. Isn't that pretty? Okay, now early espresso ink. And the sentiment on this one says, wishing the gift of the season, peace and joy. I'm going to stamp that right in the center. And let me see if I need to cut this a little. I think I cut it the right length. So this is 4 1/4, or actually 4 inches long, and this is about 3 3/4 inches long. Now this one I just glued flat over the designer paper. I've gone ahead and made a bow with the gold ribbon. And so for you guys that joined my Merry Christmas Club, you're going to have 8 card kits that I'm going to send you. You're also going to have 3 bonus projects, just the directions, so you can use all your supplies. And then you'll have these 5 nights in a row videos that you can use with all your supplies. So you're going to have a lot of ideas from me that you can use. Now, let's see. I need to add some glimmer dots. These are the gold ones that come with the bundle. And I can see some of you guys that ordered my kit already that joined in on this. Whoops. I peeled that one right off. I didn't go deep enough, and I picked up the little clear thing on the top. That was a little oops. Okay, let me add, I'm going to do 2 more, and the card will be all done. Okay, so there's my first card. Oh, another thing I'm going to do each night too. I'm going to pick one winner each night for your comments and everything else that you do on my page. And each night I'm going to take the 5 winners at the end, and the winner is going to get all of the projects for all 5 nights. So you have 5 nights that you can comment and do whatever on my page, and you'll be entered into a drawing 5 times, and then those 5 winners will keep going. Like a double elimination type thing. Okay, now let's go ahead and make a little gift bag. Now what I did with this is I cut the designer paper with that one. I cut a piece of Whisper White for the sentiment with that die. I've got 2 pieces of the gold ribbon that measure 9 inches, 2 pieces. I've got another little grid like I used on the card. And then what I did is I cut my paper 6 by 6 inches. You need 2 pieces that measure 6 by 6. Now let me just move all of this so I can have some room with my scoring board. And what I'm going to do is score these 2 pieces in the same manner. So I'm going to go 1 1/4 inches 3 times. So 1, 2, 3, and the number 4 is going to be 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to do the same thing on this one. 1 1/4, 3 times, and then 3/4 of an inch. So you guys have seen me make the large gift bag before. This is just a mini version of it. It's the same idea. You always have 3 sides that are the same, and then the smaller one on the top is the one we're actually going to flip over. So all I'm doing is folding on all the score lines. Whoops, that's the small one. Now we need to make a few little cuts. So there's the top of my gift bag. On the 2 score lines, right, let me flip that over, maybe you can see better. On these 2 score lines, I'm just going to snip across, whoops, up to the score line. So we're gonna have 2 tabs. And then again, this is the top. This time what I'm going to do is actually snip the little squares in the corner right off. That's it for cutting and scoring. Pretty simple. Now, I want the flowered, no, I want the green side actually. I folded this over the wrong way. So I want the green side to work with. I'm going to fold these up just so you can see that I'm going to add the adhesive on the inside rectangle, not on the 2 flaps. We're going to place this right over. So far, so good. Now I'm going to add a little bit of glue just in the corners to tuck in my little piece here that folds down. Again on this side. I'm just going to hold that down for a minute. It'll fold in place when I do it anyway. Okay, now we're going to do the sides. And what I do, I don't like the little flap to be inside like this because something can catch on it. So I actually glue the little flap right here. It's going to be hidden by both sides. Hope that makes sense. And I'm actually going to just trim it just a little bit on the end. I should have actually cut that at an angle. Now I'm going to add glue to the whole side and press this one in place. So see how easy that was? I've already got one side all made up. Now I'm going to do the same thing. Add glue to the small tab. Fold it over. Now this one doesn't stick out, so that one's okay. I don't need to trim it. I'm going to add glue to the whole side. And then fold this one over. And then what you can do is actually lay it down and use your bone folder to press in. Right from the inside. And then I'm going to bring a 1/4 inch hole punch. I'm just eyeballing these holes. I'm going in about 1/2 inch and about 1/2 inch deep. And then this is where the ribbon comes in. So you just pull it through, make a loose knot on the end. So you're going to do this 4 times. Pull that in. And these would be even cute to use for gift cards. You could put a gift card wrapped in tissue. There's one. And I can't wait for you guys to see what I've got lined up for night number 5. I have beautiful projects each night, but night number 5 is going to be my super wow night. Now, let's see if I can get this one through the hole. There we are. Okay, so there's my 2 little handles for my little gift bag. Now all we have left to do is the front. So again, I'm going to bring in the sponge, add a dab of glue. I'm going to glue the little grid down first. So tap, tap, tap on the glue. It's going to go on the front of the bag. Let me just put my hand in there so I can lay it flat. And then I'm going to add 4 dimensionals to the label. And I'm almost done. I just got one more layer to do. So this is what I'm going to do for the next 4 nights is do a card and a 3D project. And like I said, the number 5 night is going to be the wow project. Now this sentiment says, may this Christmas fill your heart with warmth and love. I need something dark to stamp on so I can see what I'm doing. And 2 more stamping dimensionals. So you guys, I'll be back on tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And there's my little bag. So let me bring both projects back in. Now for those of you that may be thinking about joining my Merry Christmas Club, the last day's tomorrow. So these are the 2 bonus projects that I have tutorials for that I'm going to include as a freebie. And these 2 cards are actually the designer papers cut with the dies, and they actually open like this. So both of these are made with 1 piece of cardstock. So for those of you in my club, you'll get the directions to this and 1 more bonus card that I'll show you tomorrow night. So thanks so much for joining me, everyone. I hope you enjoyed my 2 projects, and I hope you'll join me tomorrow night at 8 p.m. See you later. Bye-bye.